Hey there, superstar. Welcome to How to Be a More Effective and Empowering Life Coach or Business Coach. You may be surprised about some of what it takes, in my opinion, to become a better coach. In this video, I'm going to dive into the process of becoming a better coach so that you can serve your clients more, you can see more transformation in them, and also so that you can make it easier to build and grow your own business by word of mouth and referrals, which are my favorite way to grow your business because they're inbound and you don't have to do that much. See, at the beginning of being a business coach, we often have to work really hard to get new clients. We've got to get out there, do outreach, shake a lot of hands, kiss a lot of babies. But ultimately, that's my opinion, not why we get into coaching. We get into coaching because we want to transform clients. And the more time we're out there trying to sell our services, the less time we're actually investing in improving ourselves, becoming better, and also helping our clients improve. So my whole goal in business is to get to a place where I don't really have to do a whole bunch of outreach or marketing, where I can kind of sit back, relax, and let the clients come to me. And one of the best ways to do that is to be a better coach. So the first thing that is probably obvious to most of you, but so many coaches don't practice this, is one, do your own work. I can't tell you how often I come across coaches who aren't getting coached. People who are trying to go out into the world and sell their own services for coaching, but they're not actually investing in those services themselves. That is a complete lack of congruency and integrity, in my opinion. If you value coaching and you truly believe that coaching provides value, you need to be getting coached yourself. You need to be doing your own work. That means doing the inner work, taking responsibility, feeling all the feelings, doing all the things that you're asking your clients to do. The next thing I recommend is to focus in on a niche. And the reason for that is not necessarily from a marketing perspective, although this does help a lot with marketing because it narrows your focus and you don't have to spend as much time, energy, or money to find your clients, but also because it gives you narrower and deeper knowledge and experience to help your clients with. I found that when I narrowed my focus in on speakers, authors, coaches, and even further, as I narrowed it in on people who want to build group coaching programs and masterminds, I was able to help them a lot more because I had a much richer well of experience to draw from. The third thing I recommend is to master the art of enrollment. Now, you might be thinking, well, doesn't that just help me become a better salesperson? Well, yes, but it also helps you become a better coach because how you sell is how you serve. And mastering the art of enrollment is going to help you have better clients that are a better match for you and that you can serve better in the long run. Now, before I go on to point number 4, take this opportunity, please, to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and of course, I always love to hear your comments below. Now, the fourth thing that I recommend is to practice the art of truth telling. And I like to, oops, I didn't need a dot there. I like to refer to it as truth supported by love. The reason that people come to us for coaching is that they need perspective. They need a transformation in their lives. Very often that transformation hasn't happened yet because they haven't been willing to look at the areas of their life that they haven't been willing to look at. And so as a coach, one of the best gifts that we can give people is to share with them the truth of what we see. And doing that can be very triggering for some people. And as coaches, as empathetic individuals that want the best for people, we can sometimes resist having those difficult truth-telling conversations because we don't want people to feel bad because of us. But truth-telling is one of the most valuable things we can do as coaches. The thing is, we've got to handle it gently. We've got to practice the art of it because it is a delicate thing sometimes to bring somebody's awareness to something that they haven't been willing to see before. And that's why I call it truth supported by love, because it's that underlying trust and love and that open-heartedness that you bring to the relationship that allows somebody to settle down, trust you, and really listen to what you're trying to say. The fifth thing is to practice equanimity. So this kind of goes along with the one before, because equanimity is what I define as the art of holding two paradoxical perspectives at the same time. So equanimity is being, for example, all in committed, so invested in a client, so ready to support them, so willing to help them, and also to be unattached, to also release that outcome, to release them and not be attached to whether they get their outcome, whether they listen to you, whether they receive your truth telling. It's really important, because if we're attached to how they're going to receive something, we might not share it if we think that they're going to receive it badly. And if we don't do that, then we're not going to give them the opportunity to transform. So by practicing equanimity, we can kind of separate ourselves from how they're going to take it, practice truth supported by love, and say, hey, from this loving place, here's what I see. Or even better, from this loving place, are you willing to hear what I see? Here it is. And so asking for permission is also a good technique. The sixth strategy is to develop your intuition, your deep, deep listening, and your ability to sense beyond the rational, beyond what's being said, beyond what's being expressed, what's really going on. Developing intuition is something, maybe I'll do a video on this next time. It requires stillness, it requires slowing down, it requires deep listening, empathy, connection. There's a lot to it. And also giving up tap water. Don't drink fluoride, by the way, because that'll mess with your pineal gland and the seat of your intuition. That's an aside. I hope I don't get canceled for that on YouTube. But essentially, you want to develop the power that you have to see beyond what's obvious. That's going to make you a much, much better coach and somebody that people will really trust and rely on. And finally, number 7 is raise standards. The more you demand of your clients, the more they'll rise to the occasion. Obviously, from a place of you rising and raising your own standards as well. It's not like we're going to sit back, relax, and be like, okay, client, you're on your own. You do the work. I'm raising the standard. No, I'm saying that you raise your standards for yourself and raise standards for your clients at the same time. So, for example, I recently had an experience where I realized that I wanted to elevate our culture. I wanted my community to be even more vibrant, even more thriving. And what I found was that a few people were not really participating fully, not really showing up on the calls, etc. So I decided to have a truth-telling conversation with the whole culture and raise the standard of the culture and share with them, here's my vision, here's what I want. Do you want that too? Yes, everybody wanted it. Everyone who was there wanted it. And I said, okay, cool. Well, this is going to be our new standard. I'm going to be enrolling people who are only willing to operate at this level going forward. And for that to happen, I'm going to require you all to bring yourselves up to this level too. That means showing up on the calls. That means attending the family vacations. That means being prepared for our one-on-one calls in a new way, etc. So I laid out those new standards, called them to a higher standard, and guess what? They're getting better results because they're showing up more. They're committing more. So these are just 7 things that I recommend doing. They're not the only 7 things that you can do. And in fact, if you're curious to get my perspective or insight on your business, let's connect. If you have a coaching practice, a group coaching practice, and you want to grow it, let's talk. You can find out how to do that at superstaractivator.com/go.